again. When I say
Habenta,
you say Habenta. Habenta. Habenta.
Poets, younger poets that I'm working with. I'm going to kick off first with just an example of a poem that is based around the spirit of what we're trying to accomplish. Two red-breasted robins awoke early one morning, father and son sharing a moment of calling. In the magical hours between dewdrops and dawn, when all is calm.
When my uncle was a teenager, or when he was young, he would go to school and go to mosque and do what a normal everyday boy would do.
When I think of my grandfather, I realise how fortunate I am. It was he who earned the money which started my dad's journey to London.
My mother was 10 years old when she came to England. She had to overcome plenty of hurdles.
Her preaching a story on how she embarkingly became a British citizen and now continue the legacy of her life and for my own. Thank you for listening.
I recently went away with somebody from my family for a very short break in Europe, and I took one of those dresses with me and I was very conscious of the fact that I was wearing this thing in a Mediterranean city that I bought from a lady possibly in her 80s in Tower Hamlets who'd sewn it with her hand, and it was that whole connectivity of the travel, the culture, the communities, and it was purposeful that I'd done that. So again,
in this first episode, I kind of used the inspiration from Hannah's workshop on storytelling. So I interviewed the kids about their podcast, not about their podcast, but I interviewed the kids about their oral histories and kind of using that as a continuation of their experience.
A few months ago, I started working with Numbi Arts on a project titled Coming Here, Being Here, and that inspired me to sit down with my mother for the first time and ask her a few questions about her experiences coming to the UK as a young woman from Somalia.
Our heritage walk, looking at the street names of different places around East London, looking at the places where Somali people have called home. I've got a picture there of the Rio Cafe, a place where Somali people who were part of the Merchant Navy gathered to make community, but also gathered because so many other places were debarred from us and closed off from us.
Project that was being undertaken in Tower Hamlets about local Somali communities and their heritage and their histories in the East End of London, and as a history student interested in both local histories and my own Somali heritage.
It's a community made up of different stages of migration here to the UK. So the first history we have of Somalis being here in the 1800s, and most of them came as seafarers. So you had old Somali seafarers.
Wider cultural understanding and expression for the community. The Somali community in East London has been an invisible community for a long, long time. And this is part of a project to strengthen the voice and understanding of the community in East London and all those links to remind future generations, but also to make a claim which needs to be made
But yeah, just about my mum, I'm making a film about my mum. She was born in London in the 50s, and her dad came from Somalia, from Berbera, and so he was a very part of the first community in East London, and he was a seaman working in the Merchant Navy.